Hey, beautiful people. This is your girl and your host, Kayla Rose. Welcome to another episode of Soul Seed, the show, which is dedicated to taking you to new levels of you. Hopefully, you guys have had a good start to your week and happy Monday. So, as promised, I am back with, I think it's the fourth part of the Balance in Health and Hormone series, and we are going to be speaking about testosterone today. I did promise you guys yesterday. See, I had to keep you guessing there, but I made a promise to you guys yesterday that I would be back with this show. And promises are something that I keep. That's why I don't make them very often. So, as I said, I'm here to speak about testosterone. So, before we get into it, let's see what is going by on our screens today. Yeah, definitely download the app for your mobile phones. It is free and you can access it anywhere in the world. So I think that's a good reason to go get it. And like our Facebook page, subscribe to us on YouTube. Also, feel free to check us out on Twitter. And if you like the content, there's some other really great hosts with Relax Radio who are doing some really cool content, which I'm sure you guys are enjoying. So go and check that out as well and recommend us to your friends and family. So today we're doing red, huh? We're doing red on the screen and red for the title of the show and my name. So feeling the red today. So, without further ado, speaking about testosterone, is a lot of information. So, please forgive me, guys, if I need to look down briefly whilst I'm bringing this information to you. So, testosterone is a hormone and it is the one of the main hormones for men. So, it has a massive effect. It has a significant effect on their primary sexual characteristics and also some secondary characteristics as well, such as muscle mass, bone mass, and deepening of the voice, things such as that. And although men have the most amount of testosterone out of the sexes, women also have a little bit as well. And in balancing this area can have health effects for us as well. So ladies, don't feel like you need to tune out. There is going to be some information for you in here as well. So, particularly for men, some of the causes of imbalances in testosterone, particularly if it's low, can be food. So, diet can have a massive effect on men. And some of the culprits are soy foods, which have phytoestrogens. You guys may remember from the estrogen live that I did that phytoestrogens have an estrogenic effect within the body. And if men consume too much of that, then they can start having issues with their testosterone because they're getting too much estrogen. Dairy products can also be problematic as well. A lot of dairy products, especially commercial dairy products, can be pumped with a lot of hormones, which can be a negative thing for women as well, but especially for men, these hormones seem to have yet again more of an estrogenic effect within their bodies and can cause many issues for men. Alcohol can be another culprit. So, keeping an eye on how much you're drinking to the fellas out there is something which is going to be able to help you with managing your testosterone. Surprisingly, mint can be something which affects a man's testosterone as well. You may want to go and do some more research into that. And commercial processed pastries and things like that, breads can also have an effect. And there's many more out there, but I thought I'd just give you guys a few. So let's talk about some of the symptoms. So first thing I'm going to go through is some of the symptoms a man may experience if he has low testosterone. So, the number one thing could be issues with your manhood. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm referring to. So, if you're having any kind of issues down there, testosterone or a low level of testosterone could have something to do with it. Reduced bone mass as well, a loss in libido is something that you may experience if you're having low testosterone or experiencing low testosterone. Hair loss as well, which is one of the reasons why, as men mature, that they experience male pattern baldness, usually because of that drop in their testosterone levels. So, guys, if you're worried about that hairline, doing things to possibly boost your testosterone levels may help. And prevention's always better than cure. So, if you can take steps from an earlier age, you may be able to avert some of these negative effects. Reduction in muscle mass as well, that may be something that you experience. A reduction in semen production, that's something that may be an issue as well. So everything to do, as I said, with your man area, any issues in that area could be to do with low testosterone. Difficulty sleeping, this may be something that is an issue for you as well if you've got low testosterone. And something that I found interesting, another symptom was hot flushes. So you guys may remember, and any of you who out there are sometimes around the older lady or mature lady, when they start experiencing a reduction in their estrogen, which is called the lady hormone, so to speak, they have hot flushes. So men, when they're also experiencing low testosterone, they experience hot flushes as well. So these hormones have a massive effect on our bodies. And something else could be increased body fat. Oh, and mood swings. uh, I sometimes say men have their periods as well. Guys, don't hate me for saying that. But ladies, I'm sure you guys, or you're sure the ladies can back me up on this one. Sometimes men have their time of the month or they have their time of the week, but a possible cause for it could be an imbalance in your testosterone levels specifically, but an imbalance in your hormones, which ultimately is the same reason why a lady may have, issues with moods as well because of imbalances in hormones. So a key thing that I think we can take from this Balancing Health and Hormone series, the key word there is finding that balance. So now let's speak about some of the symptoms that may be experienced with high testosterone in men. Ladies, stick around. I told you information is coming for you shortly as well. So you could experience acne. So that's something, if you've got high testosterone, and that's actually applicable for men and women. So if you experience any kinds of possible skin issues, it could be because of testosterone and androgens. Also, aggressive and risk taking behavior. So that could be due possibly to high testosterone. So I think it's interesting to note that it's not just something which is going to have a physical effect, but could also affect you mentally, emotionally, and behaviorally as well. Excessive body hair, that's something else you may experience. Headaches, heart or liver issues and problems, high blood pressure, increased libido. I don't know if this one's a negative thing. I don't know if I should put that down as a symptom, but that's something that you can experience. How many men out there can say that they've got that one? And increased appetite as well. So if you're eating out your fridge and eating down your mum's house, then possibly you've got a lot of testosterone going on. So moving on to the ladies, the women out there, how testosterone may affect us, and some of the functions of testosterone in women particularly is the production of new blood cells. We need those, right? And also enhancing libido. So these are some of the effects. And also testosterone plays a role, has an effect in reproduction in women as well. However, testosterone or imbalances in testosterone is usually underdiagnosed in women. It's not something which you could say the medical professionals are, very aware of. So few doctors may be aware of it, or few in the medical profession may be aware of it, but it's not usually a diagnosis that a woman could get. Or sometimes it's underdiagnosed or misdiagnosed. So low testosterone in women and other, well, some of the causes can be issues with your ovaries or issues with your adrenal glands. So when I saw that, it definitely made me think of adrenal fatigue. So women out there who are really pushing their bodies to the limits, maybe you've got a really busy career or a really busy job, or maybe your personal life is just really busy and you're overexhausted and overtired, you are really sending your hormones into an imbalance, and one of the hormones that may be balanced may be testosterone. So low testosterone in women, it can affect your sexual desire or your sexual libido, and also sexual satisfaction as well. So it's not just something which affects men, it can also affect women, even though we have testosterone in a lot amounts. You could experience depressed moods or just general depression because of low testosterone, feeling very tired, so feeling lethargic and just feeling generally exhausted and sleepy, probably not on a one off, but over prolonged periods of time, and also muscle weakness because we know that testosterone has an effect on muscle mass and bones. Then, on the flip side, high testosterone in women, what are the symptoms that you can experience? We've already mentioned acne, facial hair on women. So, if that's an issue for you, or even possibly excessive body hair as well, it could be an issue with your testosterone levels. And fluid retention. So if you feel like you're holding like a lot of water weight or something like that, testosterone imbalances, high testosterone could possibly be a reason for you. And also physical symptoms such as balding and deepening of your voice, things that are usually quite characteristic in men. You may experience some of these symptoms. So I can see that the video may be getting a little bit jumpy. So I don't want to keep this too long because I don't want there to be any connection issues with you guys hearing or anything like that. So let's just quickly run through some of the things that you can do to bring more balance to your hormones and particularly your testosterone levels. So weight loss can be something which can be very helpful, particularly with men. I'm not going to separate the ones for the men and the women. I'm just going to give general tips. And of course, if you feel like this is something that you want to learn more about, guys, go and do some extra research. Then also exercise. This one's particularly for increasing testosterone, but strength training, resistance training, so lifting weights. Most people would associate that as being quite a manly or masculine thing to do. You see the guys hitting the gym gyms just recently reopened. I did my first visit yesterday, and after feeling quite like, oh, it's going to be difficult getting back into it, just the effort of getting to the gym. I think that's one of the hardest things about going. I don't know how many of you agree with me there, but basically, just getting to the gym, finding that motivation and that effort to get there is definitely difficult at times. But once you're there and then you do your workout, you feel really good. So, sending some encouragement there to anyone who is thinking about going at the moment. So you want to do that strength training. And I'm just going to add as a caveat as well, ladies, strength training can be for you as well. Even though it's seen as traditionally masculine, definitely building some good muscle mass in the right places can definitely add a nice layer of to you. Talking about it. So on the list is beef, oysters. Does anyone out there like oysters? Fortified cereal. So we're not just talking about your regular, schmegular cereals. It's got to be fortified. Eggs, tuna, getting that D in, and we've seen that the sun is definitely starting to shine. It's starting to break through, right? We're having some more warmer days, so getting out there and in that sunshine. Then beans as well, and also shellfish. So those are some of the things that are going to have a positive effect on your testosterone levels. And this one seems to come up loads as well on top tip, minimizing stress and cortisol levels. And we've spoken about cortisol already. That's the stress hormone, right? So getting that under control. We've already said if you've got an imbalance in one of your hormonal systems, you're likely to have an imbalance in other hormonal systems as well. So getting that in check is going to help. And then also getting a good night's sleep. A good night's sleep seems to be a remedy for so many different things. So as much as you can, try and get an early night. And if you don't need 8 hours, get as much as is sufficient for you and your body, mind, and soul. So I'm going to be leaving you guys there. Hopefully, I gave you some useful information. The last part in this series, we'll be talking about progesterone. So hopefully, you guys will join me for that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it on Sunday. I feel as though I may come with a COVID interlude. So, since everything's just opened up and people are feeling their freedom at the moment, I may do a topic on that. But if it's not Sunday, it'll be Monday. So, hopefully, you guys are available to join me then. So, I'm going to be leaving things there. As I said, I don't get to see you guys' comments popping up anymore these days, or I rarely do. But as I said, hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. I want to wish you guys a good rest of your Monday. And before I go, let me give you my quotes of the week, which will be better days are coming. So, yeah, keep that in mind as you go through the rest of your week. This has been your host and your girl, Kayla Rose. Thank you for joining me, and this has been Soul Seed, the show which is dedicated to taking you to new levels of you. As usual, much love and stay blessed.